What's good, everybody? I'm back with another commentary again, and welcome to the My Voice channel where I give my personal 2 cents on different topics that I want to talk about. As you can tell, I'm using a different app, a different recording app. I'm going to continue my part two of defending Sasha Banks and Naomi because have, I personally truly do believe that these two sisters, even way before they walked out of WWE, they have always undermined their black pro wrestlers, including Sasha Banks and Naomi, and even to a certain degree Bianca Belair, Kofi Kingston, and I can go on. But I'm trying to keep this brief as much as I can. I'm not going to read the entire WWE statement. I'm not going to do that. So what I'll do is leave a link in my description box so that you all can read it and you can read through the BS that they are actually that they're actually throwing Sasha and Naomi under the bus, as they always do. Anytime we as black people had enough, excuse me, anytime we as black people, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Anytime that we as black people had enough of working in a white owned industry on a constant basis, undermine us. As soon as we either quit or we walk out, they will either suspend us and do smear campaigns on social media and so on and so forth. In this case, that's what happened to these two sisters. So, I'm not going, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to read the entire article. I'm going to leave a link in my description box, but what I will do is go to this Twitter feed, and I actually found this on my timeline. Actually, shout out to Adidas Head 88. This what actually went down before Mercedes and Trinity walked out. From what I can tell from Adidas Head 88, he's actually clicked in with Trinity Fun 2, quite possibly Mercedes, I'm not sure, but he's actually clicked in and actually friends with Naomi, who is being played by Trinity Fun 2. So, I'm going to go ahead and read on. You are approached in February as being put in a tag team after both being promised big feuds at WrestleMania. You bite the bullet and put everything you got into being a tag team. It works. You get over, win the titles at WrestleMania, and become merch pushers. And that is what actually happened. Just me speaking as a fan, looking at the product, looking what it is being presented. Sasha Banks and Naomi got over big. They won the excuse me, they won the tag team women's championships, and they got over and they became merch pushers after that. So that is actually facts. So what everything that Adidas Head 88 is saying right now is actually facts. So what WWE is doing right now well, actually at this time, they're going to continue to throw these two sisters under the bus like they've been doing way before Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out. 5 weeks into your reign, you show up to live television and ready to work. You are told you will be in the main event and you are happy. You both are then told that one of you will be going over pinning the other. You have questions why that decision was made and how it helps y'all. Little quick recap. WWE, the whole reason why that Mercedes and Trinity walked out is because WWE has always have a poor booking thing going on backstage, because here it is, they are actually, well, not anymore, they were women's tag team champions. If I was booking Sasha and Naomi, I would put them in a actual women's tag team championship matches, not a 6-way match to determine a main women's WWE championship. You feel what I'm saying? So that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But once again, WWE always on a constant basis undermine black pro wrestlers in their business. So let me read on. Let me check the time here. If I can. Anyway, you request a meeting with your boss to discuss it. Your boss takes the meeting and everything is actually going well. He understands your concern. The meeting, I say meeting, oh God. The meeting ends well and the match is told to be reconstructed. For some reason, the producers, keyword producers, get mad about it. I hope y'all are reading what I'm reading here. You then ask with one of your members going over, what happens to your championship titles? You are told basically that you will just be carrying the titles. They want to use you both to help the women's champions to get over more. Here come the bullshit. So what WWE was planning on doing was with Mercedes and Trinity. Trinity was going to quote unquote go over and win over Sasha Banks. And Naomi was going to face Bianca Belair in a match, in a championship match at Hell in a Cell. That's what I'm think that was going to happen, right? And you're gonna have Sasha Banks going to SmackDown and face Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Champion. I I know some of you that are listening, they are not pro wrestling fans, but you can tell just by common sense alone that this makes absolutely no sense. Once again, racial undermining, right? Neither one of you will win the solo titles, and you won't defend your tag titles until Money in the Bank. That's another major WWE live event. You ask for another meeting with your boss, but this time you are being called spoiled. Keyword, spoiled. A producer walks away screaming. He comes back and tells both of you to fix your attitude. If I have any black women that is listening to this commentary, when they tell you to fix your attitude, you know what that means, right? Let me read on. Y'all have a brief meaning I'm sorry. You have a brief meeting amongst yourselves and decided to stand up for yourselves. You go to your other boss and make it clear you just have concerns. You ask, why are we even in the match, and why aren't other women in it? You ask why your titles have no stories for 2 months. Let me read on. Again, you are met with fix your attitude. And there goes that racial undermining. That racial undermining and the language is real, folks, even in the workplace. So after one final meeting with yourselves and asking others, you make the ultimate decision as a team. It's sad how one side trying to create a effed up narrative. It's a racial narrative. WWE is trying to make themselves look good, even though they put themselves in a very bad situation, trying to undermine your two most popular black pro wrestlers in Sasha Banks and Naomi. One final tweet here. Also, it was asked, why were Nikki ASH and Doudrop in the match instead of starting their program tonight? Naomi nor Sasha talked down about being in the match with either of them. I don't know how they got flipped. If you go back to the article, WWE basically said that Mercedes and Trinity felt quote unquote uncomfortable of working with Doudrop and Nikki ASH. Even though I seen it with my own eyes, they actually had a actual match and they actually enjoyed themselves in that match. So let me go back. Let me go back to here. Anyway, yeah. So just to end this commentary here, I really commend Mercedes Finado and Trinity Fun 2 for actually making the ultimate decision and walking out on WWE. It's been a long time coming. I knew WWE was going to screw this up sooner or later. Racist white society will never acknowledge their racism nor their screw ups. So they're gonna paint our people, especially these two sisters, a narrative that's being said that they are being unprofessional. They're being met with fix your attitude. Don't talk back. Don't stand up for yourself. And I say to any black person, if you're being racially undermined in a all white industry, no matter whether it's the entertainment industry or not, you have to stand up for yourself, stand on your square, stand on your blackness, and sometimes you even gotta walk out. So once again, much power and much respect to our sisters, Mercedes, Fernando, and Trinity Fun too. So that's all for now. If you like this commentary, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. One more thing, one more detail. WWE actually got on air and actually suspended these two sisters for walking out. And I pray and I beg that these two sisters don't go back, find some other avenues to make money, and I hopefully pray they turn to ownership and entrepreneurship. So this is Corey the Truth. I'm out. Peace.